The bird dog row is a fun marriage between a core exercise and a row, as the name implies. So what we're looking to get out of it, like any core stability exercise, is teaching us how to keep our trunk stable while our arms and legs move. Now, in this case, you can actually load it pretty heavy. And once you get good at things like the original bird dog, which I do have a video on if you want to check it out, or side planks and planks, then we want to add more external loading because we want those muscles and that ability to get stronger. So first, to set this up, we want to figure out where we're going to finish. So we're going to need a dumbbell and a bench. And we're going to get onto this bench. And I want to make sure that my hands are under my shoulder, my knees are under my hips, and I pull my shoulders down away from my ears. Once I have that position, I've flattened out my back position. So what I want to make sure of is that I can establish a bird dog position first. So keeping those shoulders down away from the ears, I'm going to move my legs first. So I'm going to move one leg, in this case, my left side. And if I got my left side out here and I'm driving long through my heel, making sure to keep tension through my trunk, then I'm going to move my opposite arm away from me. So making sure that I know what it's like to establish that bird dog position. Then I'm going to bring my arm down, grab the bell, make sure that I'm stable, and keeping my leg out there, I'm going to row. Now with any dumbbell row, we're still keeping that shoulder down away from the ears, and we're pulling towards our hip. Now let's talk about the most common things that can go wrong with this. So first up, with the bird dog itself, we need to make sure that the heel stays in line with the body. So if I was to draw, let's say, a straight line from my shoulder through to my hip, through to my heel, then everything would be in line. I don't want the foot to drop too low. I also don't want it to be up here, because when I do that, then I get this bowing or arching through the lower back. So I need to make sure that shoulders stay down away from the ears and I'm driving long through my heel. Then, once I've got that, I need to maintain that position while I row. So what can often happen is, as one rows, is we'll get pulled down with the bell, which kind of defeats the purpose. It breaks the position. So we want to make sure to keep the body nice and long and the body stays stable throughout the movement. The other part of this is that we need to make sure that the shoulders stay locked in through the whole movement. So sometimes they're going to want to creep up to the ears, and then we'll start again getting an arch, and you'll feel the feedback from the bench that you just get unstable, or you start to feel this more through the front of the shoulder or maybe through the lower back. And what we're looking to get out of this is feeling this almost entirely through the sides. So kind of like the obliques, and you're going to get a little bit of lats depending on how heavy this bell is. Now you do want to start lighter rather than heavier, because first you want to be able to establish the position. You want to make sure the bell doesn't take control. And once you have that, then you can start playing with heavier weights. You'll notice as you keep progressing up in weight, what happens is the bell will pull you much more off kilter or out of position. So it's really important that you slowly progress this in order to make sure that you're getting the most out of it. Now, if you're feeling this in the obliques and not really anywhere else, maybe a little bit of lats, you're doing the right thing, and that makes for a good bird dog row. Hope you enjoy. All right, good luck. Bring it.